So we have the first presenter, Professor Hung Keung from the Education University of Hong Kong. So he will be talking about designing a novel Tai Chi practice experience by integrating new digital typefaces, design and AR technology. It seems to be a very interesting topic. So may I request him to kindly start your presentation?
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over to you.
Okay. Thank you. So, okay. Hello, everyone. And my section, this is Hung Keung from Hong Kong, and my section will be divided into two parts. The first part is the PowerPoint, and then another part I would like to show you some video, and then I just try to count my time. Okay, in 15 minutes. Okay. So I would like to do the share screen now. So thank you. So my presentation is talking about how to transform the traditional Tai Chi, the Chinese characters, and then from the text to animation, and then afterward transform to 3D animation. So first of all, then you will see the work here is we would like to design a novel Tai Chi, the practice experience by integrating new digital typeface and AR technology. Because maybe we notice that Tai Chi somehow is like yoga or some martial art is really traditional practice, and then but it's getting less concern and then interest from the teenagers. And then this is one of our design problem. That means the problem we discover. And then another issue is about the memory issue, because normally the Tai Chi step involve a lot of, just for example, like the style I'm playing is more than 84 step. So it's hard to memorize it. So we try to invent or introduce some different kinds of method. First of all, to introduce the new way of Tai Chi, and then but on the other hand, we would like to arouse the interest. So first of all, we would like to do the animation Chinese character typeface, and then AR technology. And then our image is just like I mentioned earlier, to further develop brand new user-friendly and then easy memorized visual Chinese characters, because the Chinese character somehow is really complicated, particularly for elderly people. And if you need to memorize characters and also together with the style and then the step, yeah, it's a bit challenge for the elderly people. So, and then another issue, we want to explore new design possibility, and then would like to form a new Chinese Tai Chi system. And then definitely, even though you can memorize and then you find easy to memorize, but maybe you find it's boring somehow to play Tai Chi. So we would like to make use of the technology, allow more people, particularly the teenagers, and then have a chance to really play with it. So then afterward, so this is also our game, so to cultivate the value of traditional Tai Chi closer to youngest particular, and then through the up-to-date digital technology. And also this is a win-win situation. First of all, we narrow down the barrier between elderly and technology, but at the same time we want to build up the connection between the youngest and then the Tai Chi traditional through technology. This is our really aims. So, and then about the innovation, I would like to maybe skip this part, and then I would like to I would like to introduce what kinds of new step about this the research, and then we summarize some kinds of comparison from the past to present. So what is the existing problem, and then we start from playing Tai Chi, because Tai Chi is almost more than 1,000 years history. Okay, it's complicated, the Tai Chi step, not easy to memorize it. The elderly people always mix, even myself, I always mix up the step. And then somehow we lost interest, because just repeating the step, even though it's really for healthy issue, but we easy to lose interest. It's hard to learn individually. Normally we need to follow the master, because once you learn individually, so you always mix up the step. And also we have no measurement method. Am I a good Tai Chi player or am I the bad? And there's no calculation. No one tell you. And then also the learning time is restricted. Yeah, because you need to go to the maybe the space, learning in the group, whatever. And then immobilization is also the important. That means you can't play Tai Chi inside your room, private room. You need to go to outdoor, particularly you need to follow the master. So, and no self-evaluation somehow, and then lack of learning confidence, because I have no idea where I can learn it, and then whether I'm the good player or I need to improve it. So we want to solve, you can see the right-hand side, we want to solve this problem, but definitely it is impossible to solve everything, but we try our best to use our 3D animation, and then by the same time, we want to use our, to search all the problem. Yeah, then we have been gone through some research, and then I would like to skip it. And then, okay, then I would like to go to the design development. First of all, and then actually in our pilot research a few years ago, we have already introduced the pilot research. So really thank you for for the conferences. Yeah, for the conference, I think it's 5 years ago, I presented the first part is how we combined the really complicated Chinese characters to be a really simple one. And afterward, the next step is we try to invite other people to really play with our invented combined Chinese characters to see the result. Then afterward, the result is quite positive from our statistic and then our observation and questionnaire. So then afterward, we would rather to transform the combined text, not only print on the surface of the paper, but through the virtual space, like the mobile, iPad, even projection screen. So, and then afterward, so here we are. And then this is the new, our visual experience and then learning experience. And then you will see this is our AR TaiChi. Yes, transformed through 3D technology. So in another word, if we forget the name of TaiChi, this is the AR Chinese characters. And then, but the character is combined the TaiChi style. That means the step. Okay, then I would like to have a recap. In the really first beginning, and then we study the original Chinese characters, and then we find a lot of problem. And then we invite the Tai Chi master went to our studio to do the motion capture, excuse me, to see if any possibility to transform the human gesture to the Chinese characters. And afterward, we transform the human figure to the illustration. Then afterward, we have been studied the Tai Chi step, and then we studied the Chinese characters, and afterward we combine. Yeah, so maybe, okay, on the top here, actually it's traditional step, and then we transform to here, and afterward this is the new. So the circle one is the new Chinese characters. And then you can associate what it is mean. Yeah, just like a pictogram. So you never see this work before, but through the combination of different kinds of features, then you can associate the longer version. Yeah, that means the traditional is longer version, and then the combined version is the shorter version. So, okay, so maybe for left-hand, okay, for left-hand side, this is complicated version, and afterward, we transform the simplified. And then here is simple. This is the combined text. This is combined text. And actually, we have been doing all the Chinese characters in relation to Tai Chi. And then afterward, this is the leaflet, or like a postcard. In case you are playing with it, then you can read it. And then in case, even though you read it, you can't memorize the step. And then we have an illustration to like a tips, like a clue to suggest you how to play it. So then afterward, we have a poster. And then this is really important part. This part is we invite some researchers, and then holding the new Chinese characters. Invite the elderly people. Yeah, we go to some elderly center, and then invite them to play with us, and then we calculate the response, and then we try to further our research. Then afterward, after the pilot research, then we want to transform the printed text to be animation. So here is the animation. So we try to use handwriting to simulate the movement of the body gesture. Yeah, normally when we type it like that, in this way, and then this is the computer typing. And then the audience or even for the teenager, they might feel it's really computer based. It's really like the machine based design. So we would like to bring the humanity to the audience. So we give up that kind of computer based design, and then we would like start from the handwriting. Yeah, using the handwriting, and then actually the combined text is almost the same. We just use handwriting to rewrite it one more time. And then afterward, this is our handwriting. And then after the handwriting, we try to transform the handwriting to animation. So right now you will see this is the Tai Chi characters, and then you will see this is the 2D animation simulates the movement of Tai Chi movement. Yeah. So then afterward, we have different kinds of animation like that. And then one more is like that. This is the animation, and then afterward animation. And then afterward, we would like to transform the animation to be in the virtual space. So so this is we are Unix that computer game software, and then we try to transform the Chinese characters from the animation to the virtual space. And then afterward, we want to do one more step, not 2D plane animation, but what about 3D world combination like that? So this is no longer 2D, but also like a 3D. And then afterward, this 3D no longer just seeing the text in the one perspective, but also you can see the animation through like a 360-degree, because you can swap it, you can swing it. And then so by the same time, you can read it, but also at the end of the time, that means on the one hand, you can read it, but on the other hand, you can, like playing the TV games, you can swap it. Yeah, and then they can moving around. And then afterward, we have different kinds of texting like that. And then we are testing the texture. Yeah, and then this is the different kinds of texture. And then this is also another different kinds of texture. This is all combined Chinese characters, particularly for Tai Chi practice. So when you read these abstract images, then you can associate the step. Yeah. And then afterward, we also have different kinds of combination. And then we are using different kinds of texture. And then this is another texture to simulate the handwriting. And then you can see while you are reading the text is already moving around rather than just moving on the surface of the 2D plane. And then it seems like a games that can swap and swing around. And afterward, we try to pick up most of the Chinese characters. And then we are using, okay, this is the software we are using to simulate how the 2D plane animation to be transformed to be a 3D animation. Yeah. So this is also one of the sample. And afterward, we combine everything in the apps and then allow the audience to download it and then play with it. So this is one of the sample. Yeah.
開始咁咧有一個啦，我哋有
So when you go inside,
我哋呢個 AR
and then we have a kind of introduction.
都有簡介，咁呢個咧就翻轉頭咧，我哋就有繁體。
Then you can choose the language.
咁咧我哋
and then you can play with it.
係啦，我哋開
And
始
then you
啦。
can choose.
咁你會見到呢度啦，呢度咧佢有簡。
Okay, maybe for example here. And then you have a different kinds of interface, and then you choose the history, the exercise, and then you can choose a different kinds of color. And then by the same time, you can choose the step you want to play. Once you choose the step, you press OK. And then in the outdoor space, and then you can redefine. Yeah, and then the characters pop up in the screen, just like that. Yeah. And then, but at the same time, you can really play together with it. And then maybe you can like a pair up. You are using these apps, focusing on your friend, and then once your friend play with it, and then you can do you can follow the whole step. Yeah. So you can swing it, and then you can enlarge it, and then you can make it smaller. And then, okay, so this is another step. Okay, maybe for example, okay, there's no need to scan the QR code, whatever. You just scan the glass, yeah, on the ground, and then you will see the text already pop up. Yeah, and then you can just enjoy the characters whatever you want. Yeah, but definitely you are not allowed to, but you is not recommended to play together. But once you played it, and then maybe some step you forgot, and then you can use these apps to remind you, yeah, what kinds of step you are playing, or what will be the next step or later on. So, okay, this is another work. This is myself. And then we try to do demonstration. And then you can choose the color and then a black or green. So this is kind of pair up version. So you can play with it. And then by the same time, there's the characters already there. And then allow you to examine whether you memorize it or your step is wrong or not. Because the step will be one by one keep appearing in the screen. Then it's easy for you to memorize it. So actually, still long way to go. Definitely, we understand. This is our first step to bring the combined Chinese characters to the 2D plane, to animation, and afterward from animation to the 3D animation, and then from 3D to the virtual reality. Yeah, because I supposed to have the video, and then but I think the time is up, so I think it's much more clear. Allow me to have a big clear picture for you all. Really, thank you so much for your time, and I always feel honored to share my idea and then my research outcome with you all. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Professor, for keeping up to the time, and it's a wonderful research work, and it's brilliant. So I'm really so happy to kind of see such an innovative work to speak. Yeah. So thank you. So thank you, Professor. Yeah. Thank you once again. Yeah.